So I just finished watching the final set of episodes of Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai Part 3, Season 6 Part 3. It's finally over. And for me, I'm at a loss of words right now. And it's so hard for me right now not to go into this as a normal review as I typically would. I don't want to give my full spoiler review. If you're coming here for that, this is not what that is. This is more of an appreciation and love for Cobra Kai itself. All of you that joined my channel for the first time here, my name is Far From Blake. My channel is predominantly about superheroes and horror slashers. But Cobra Kai is my favorite show of all time. Cobra Kai just means so much to me. The entire show. I grew up watching The Karate Kid. The Karate Kid is my all-time favorite movie. It means so much to me. I pretty much embodied The Karate Kid as kind of like the ultimate underdog mindset as my entire life motto through I did karate as a kid, so Karate Kid meant a lot to me because of that, and I also did wrestling, so combat sports and just individual aspects of sports and using that mindset of being the underdog that you could overcome anything and just the relatability of the original Karate Kid was always so special to me. The only other thing comparable to that would be Rocky, and I loved Rocky too. I embodied Rocky and all that stuff as well. And that's another thing that Cobra Kai does so amazing that they brought back not just the characters that I love and Ralph Macchio and William Zabka and when I found out that those guys were coming back to jo- jo- to come back together and make a show about like a sequel to the life of my favorite movie since I was a little kid. I literally was watching this since I was 3 years old. I was like, this is literally a dream come true. So this show just means so much to me, and it's insane that it's finally over. I'm at like, I'm on an emotional roller coaster right now. This isn't a typical normal review. I'm not going into big spoilers about you know, all the details. I just want to show my love and appreciation for Cobra Kai right now. I will go into all that. I'm going to make videos on, my thoughts on part 3 and the season 6 in general. I'm going to make a ranking of all the different seasons, tier lists of all the characters. So, if you want more Cobra Kai content, definitely check that out. Definitely subscribe so you can check that out. But right now, I need to see the 5 episodes all over again. Like I can't go into fresh watch. I literally just finished it. It's like 2 a.m. right now, and I'm just like I need to give quick thoughts and love to Cobra Kai. Get this on my channel, and then hopefully some of you guys can be you diehard Cobra Kai fans. This is kind of like a mourning and celebration video in the sense where you know I don't know about you. I was extremely emotional watching every single episode of this show. There's multiple different sequences and things that happen that just made me cry. I'm just straight up like that. This show just means so much to me, and I think it's perfect. Everything about this show, it's the perfect tone. It's silly, it's fun, but it's serious. There's serious stakes, but it's in a B movie esque way, in the way that it's self aware. It's not B movie, but it's like it's self aware. It knows what it's going for. It sets the right tone, has the right characters, and it takes the material serious, but not too serious in the sense where it knows what it is. And it's just like the right mechanism to bring back characters from 40 plus years ago, right? About karate rivalries, right? Just that concept. And you bring back those characters and Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, Johnny Lawrence, the GOAT, right? He is such a good character and they did such a great job. We all know him and love him, but it's like they really drew so much from that original Karate Kid movie and made so much out of it, where there was only so much little backstories, and not just the original, but Karate Kid 2 and 3. They pulled characters out of that throughout the show and the series and made something so unique and so special. So when they brought back the actors of the original Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio and William Zabka, and made this show called Cobra Kai where they're reuniting the Karate Kid universe. It was just a dream come true to me. I mean, when I heard about that, I was like, wow, this is so cool. I wasn't able to initially watch it when it was on YouTube, but when it came over to Netflix, I immediately watched those first 2 seasons and then waited for 3, and I was constantly watching every single episode for the last however many years, right? And it's so sad. It's so emotional for me that this show is actually over. Like, it's done. Like, the show is done. It is real now. And I'm not giving full on spoilers of what happened in part 3 in this video. Please subscribe so you can check that out in the future. I'm going to go into all that. But I want to rewatch the 5 episodes over again. I need to really process it a lot more before I really dive in, because I love and care about the show too much to just jump conclusions. It is literally like 2:20 a.m. right now at the time of this recording, and I just got done finishing watching all of them in consecutive order for hours on end, pausing it, processing, emotionally taking it in. This part 3, I will say this, like, it did fire on all cylinders in the sense where it was super emotional for me. I think it was going to be emotional regardless. I just care about these characters so much. I love Johnny, I love Miguel, I love Hawk and Daniel and Chosen and all these guys. Like, even the guys that you don't root for, you love them. And that's the thing. Like, there's characters that I've hated over the years that have came around to me now. Like, this show just means so much to me. One thing I could say about part 3 though is that sadly there was a reveal that is pretty huge, and you might know what I'm talking about, that was ruined for me. I saw it keep popping up accidentally over the course of times that I kept trying to not see on my Instagram explore page of all things, where I purposely don't even follow any Cobra Kai content on there, so I don't get hit with spoilers, and somehow, some way, the algorithm wanted to keep messing with me and revealed some stuff that was just so big, and it did hinder my experience while watching part 3, and it really bothered me. And I'm the type of person that type of stuff can get in my head, and I'm like just so frustrated about it, where I'm like, I'm watching the show in the beginning, and I'm like, I know what's eventually could happen, and it's like, it takes away that shock value, right? When the moment does happen, I still eventually could have fun with it, could ride with it, and I enjoyed where they go with it. But it sucks that was taken away, because I do think I might have been initially surprised, but since I kind of saw I didn't watch any videos, it was just like, the thumbnails that pop up, like just a little clip, I'm like, it was enough to where I was like, oh wait, did I just see what I think I saw? I try to click away, and I'm like, man, it's just so frustrating. I hate the internet. I hate that people spoil things. I hate that people find information on these things. I know that's not what this video is about, but that did play a factor into my experience. But besides that, I still had such an emotional response to this part 3. And honestly, not just part 3, but part 1 and 2 itself, that there was there's an episode in season 6 that is my favorite episode. I'm not saying it's part 3. I need to rewatch part 3 to even know how I even fully process it. I didn't want to think about rankings or anything like that while watching part 3. I'm like, I need to just enjoy it and embrace being with these characters one last time. But yeah, I think this was an emotionally satisfying conclusion to Cobra Kai. I think that I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? I'm definitely but I'm also sad at the same time. Like, this is a mourning video, and it's also a celebration video. And I just don't want these characters to be gone. I don't want the show to be over. I want to keep living in this universe. This universe means so much to me. I care so much about these characters. But at the same time, the story's over. There's really not much more you can do. It would stretch it out. And I do think that Cobra Kai, the creators, were careful to make sure that we had a satisfying conclusion that finished off strong, but still left you wanting more. And that's better than it overstayed its welcome. I see some people online in reviews to part one or two. I haven't watched any reviews to part three yet. I wanted to get my full thoughts, or not my full thoughts, but my initial reaction after just watching this a little bit ago, and it's 2 a.m. and coming straight to the camera. And I seen people react to part one and two like they didn't like it. Some of my favorite creators were saying that, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're watching. I loved part one and part two, especially part two. I mean, part two has some of my favorite set of episodes. Everything in the Sekai Tekai are in the part two in Barcelona is just phenomenal. I really think, some of the stuff that Miguel and all that was doing out there. I mean, he was just so goated, and not just that, but the unity of season 6, episode 9. With there's just so much cool stuff in season 6, part 1 and 2, and I think part 3 does take us on an emotionally satisfying conclusion. And I was bawling, through a lot of it. It's just like because the scenes were sad, but also it's like you're watching it, you're experiencing with the characters that things are coming to an end. You're experiencing with the actors and actresses that is coming to an end, and it's like myself knowing it's coming to an end for me. So it's like you're a part of it, and if you're really a diehard fan of Cobra Kai or just any TV show or movie in general, like you feel that when something is coming to an end, it's the closing chapters, and you care about these characters. You really invest in these worlds. At least I do. I get emotionally invested in it, and like I said, it's my favorite of all time. So obviously, it's gonna mean way more to me than another random show that finishes and comes to a conclusion. So, thank you all of the creators of Cobra Kai for all that you do and all that you've done for this series. Thank you to, Ralph Macchio and William Zabka for coming back as Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence. Kreese coming back is amazing. Silver and Chosen and all these guys, like they brought back almost everybody you could possibly bring back from the original Karate Kid movies, and that's so special that they pulled it off. And some had really big roles in certain seasons, and some had, just good moments for certain episodes, right? Ali wasn't a big part of the entire series, but when she came, she made an impact. It wasn't she just showed up for a quick cameo. No, she made an impact in the episode she was in that helped push the story forward. And that was something Cobra Kai did so well, is that they brought back every character from that original Karate Kid trilogy with a purpose. It wasn't just for, hey, cool, nostalgia, whatever. That was involved, right? You get those emotional feelings if you love those original Karate Kid movies. But every character pushed the narrative forward, and some drastically, right? And we had characters like I said, Chosen, who really wasn't a big part of the show in the earlier seasons, really only had one episode in season 3, nothing in 1 and 2, and then a glimpse in season 4, and it comes back in season 5, and it feels like he's such like a huge character. He made such a big impact in season 5 and 6 that it feels like he's been here the whole time. And that's what Cobra Kai did so well. And I can say that about so many characters that made such strong impacts that every single character matters. Thank you all who love Cobra Kai, who made it possible, all the actors and actresses involved. I love you guys. You guys mean the world to me. I'm going to rewatch these final 5 episodes again sometime over this weekend. And hopefully, you guys can subscribe to the channel if you've watched this far into the video, so you can see more Cobra Kai content. I'm going to go way more in depth with the spoilers of my actual thoughts of Season 6, again, when I rewatch those episodes. And I will make ranking videos. So I'm gonna rank the seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why I counted it out like that. All 6 seasons. I'm going to rank them, and I I'm prepped for it. I rewatched the entire season going into this part 3, and I've rewatched the entire show like from front to back a million times. That's what I meant to say. I watched the entire show front to back in the past month in preparation for part 3, and I just need to watch the last 5 episodes again to make sure with those rankings. But tier list with all the characters, just fun Cobra Kai content, or maybe just discussion videos, right? Now that it's over, like Cobra Kai never dies. So even though the show is over, it's still alive and well, and us fans will still want to talk about it and just debate the characters and the moments and the things, and we can't let Cobra Kai die. You know, we just can't. So it's like I said, this is not a typical review for me. Usually I'd be a lot more professional. I probably add more cuts and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if I'll go into the editing and do that. I want to be as raw and authentic as possible because this show, it means too much to me to make it a professional YouTube video like I probably will with the rest of the Cobra Kai content. But I'm just rambling now. I love Cobra Kai. I'm so sad that it's over. I'm probably going to start watching reviews of other people in a little bit and see what everyone else is thinking and really absorb that, man, it's over for real. All right. Goodbye for good. Well, not for good. For now. For this video's over, okay? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Cobra Kai never dies. No mercy.